Hi everyone, I'm Sugandha and you're watching Ready with HR and I hope so you all are well and yes, you all are waiting for this session. This is module 3 and session 6 and this is continuous improvement. We have done lot many sessions. So let's have a quick recap and we have done two modules, module 1, module 2. Module 1 was related to introduction to HRM and there we have discussed about the basic elements of HRM. Now from module 2 we are discussing these basic elements in detail and we have started recruitment and selection. There we have discussed everything about recruitment. This is a proper process where we have to do a lot of things from identification of job vacancy to how to select a candidate, that process, offering a job offer, and everything related to that. So you can check these sessions from the pinned comment. Now this is module 3 where we have done session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were related to training and development. First session was introduction to training and development and what are the key elements related to it. Session 2 was needs assessment. Session 3 we have discussed design and planning. Session 4 was delivery and session 5 was evaluation. And today this is session 6, which is continuous improvement. So make sure to subscribe this channel if you're watching me for the very first time and do hit that cute notification bell icon so that you could get my updates later on as well, right? So what is continuous improvement? The concept of continuous improvement in HRM, you can say, refers to the ongoing process of refining, adjusting and enhancing training and development programs. What we are doing here, we are improving, and this is an ongoing process where we are refining, adjusting, enhancing training and development programs. So rather than seeing these programs as a static, HR professionals adopt a dynamic approach. And this is obvious because regularly revisiting and updating them to ensure they remain effective, relevant, and aligned with both employee needs and organizational goals. Okay, so this process, you can say, is crucial in a rapidly changing business environment where new skills, technologies, and strategies are constantly emerging. Okay, so continuous improvement help organizations maintain a competitive edge by fostering a culture of learning and adaptability. So continuously we have to improve. The main focus is we have to improve continuously. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are implementing, we have to improve it. Okay, so now let's have a detailed breakdown and let's understand how the things can be. So first is the feedback driven enhancements. Okay, so yes, we are going to discuss about this, then how it works, then example, and then why it matters. Okay, so what is feedback driven enhancements? So continuous improvement in training and development is heavily reliant on feedback from participants, trainers, and managers. You yourself know that when we won't get any feedback from the people around us, then how we will improve? Yes, we think that okay, this kind of improvement is required, but ultimately we need feedback. And from whom? From the people to whom we are training. Okay, so those are participants, trainers, managers, fine. So gathering insights from those directly involved in the training process and allows HR professionals to identify what works well and what needs to be improved. This is important. We think that okay, we have implemented one process and that's okay. No, that's not. We need to improve it. We need to plan accordingly. We need to check how this is working and how we can check this. We can get the feedback from the people, from the trainers, from the managers. Okay? Okay. So, how it works after each training session, how it works, we want to know that how we can take this feedback. So after each training session, participants provide what feedback on various aspects such as the quality of the content, the effectiveness of the trainer, and the relevance of the material and any challenges they faced. Okay, so you can get this kind of feedback. Now the trainers and managers can also offer their perspectives on how well the training was received, and you can say whether it resulted in noticeable changes in employee performance. And HR reviews this feedback, okay, to identify patterns, strengths, weaknesses in the program, and based on these insights they can make adjustments to improve future iterations if the training. Okay, so yes, this helps a lot. This feedback can help a lot. So let's have a quick example for this. And if feedback from participants indicates that a training module on a new software tool was too technical, or you can say too difficult to understand, then HR might revise the content to make it more accessible by including more step-by-step tutorials, interactive demos, or you can say additional support materials. Fine, it's not always that okay, we have introduced something, and even if it's technical, even if it's difficult, we can't alter it. No, that's of no use. If we are providing some training which is not understandable, that is too tough, that is technical, then we need to make certain alterations to it, make certain changes to it, so that participants can actually learn. Okay, now why it matters. So this approach ensures that training is responsive and to the needs and experiences of employees. And by continuously gathering and acting on feedback, HR can ensure that each iteration of the training program is better than the last. Fine. So enhancing learning outcomes. This matters. Next is adapting to changing organizational needs. Now, see, you have to adapt according to the changing organizational needs, and how we have seen this several times that yes, organizational needs are important and we need to adapt accordingly. So the business environment is constantly evolving, changing. Everything is changing. Even we know that yes, iPhone, we can get the latest series, the latest versions every month, or you can say 2 months, 3 months. Fine, so we need to evolve accordingly, and so are the needs of the organization. We need to change as per that. So continuous improvement, you can say, in training development means regularly updating programs to ensure they align with what current business goals, strategies, and challenges. Fine. So yes, how it works, how this works, adapting to changing organizational needs. HR regularly, yes, they regularly reviews the organization's strategic objectives, market trends, and industry developments to assess what? To assess whether existing training programs are still relevant. Okay, we need to check this, that as per the changes in the market, as per the trends, as per the industry developments, whatever training we are providing, that still exists. Now again, I would like to tell you that see, if you're using an Android phone, okay, and if you want someone to use that Android phone, you won't be given training regarding how to use Nokia phone. Fine. So you need to check this, that if version is changed, phone is changed, then yes, definitely you need to change your training method as well. Now, for example, you can say if company shifts its focus to, yes, this is the example of digital transformation only. HR might identify the need for new training initiatives around digital literacy, cyber security, or you can say data analytics. Okay, that's what I gave the example of Nokia and Android phone. So as organizational goals evolve, and HR adjusts the contents and the focus of training programs to ensure that employees have the skills and knowledge required to meet these new challenges. This is important. So let's have a quick example to understand this more in detail. And okay, let's understand with the retail company. Retail company undergoing an expansion into, I'm really sorry. I think you might be hearing the sound of children, and so I was about to shoot at some other time, but yes, you would be getting. So sorry for that. Excuse me. So here's the example: a retail company undergoing an expansion into e-commerce might update its employee training programs to include what? To include digital marketing, online customer service, and inventory management for online sales. Okay, so yes, we can better understand that if a company is a retail company and they want to expand into e-commerce, then yes, you need to upgrade your employees regarding that, like regarding digital marketing and online customer service. Fine. And why it matters? Why it matters? Aligning training with the changing organizational needs ensure that the workforce is prepared for what? To meet new business challenges, and it helps employees stay relevant and capable in an evolving market, and ensures that organizations can quickly adapt to new opportunities and demands. Okay, So yes, this matters a lot. Next and third is incorporating the new technologies and learning methods. Now you might be thinking we are talking about the same thing. In the second point, we were talking about adapting to organizational change, and here we are talking about incorporating new technologies. Both the things are different. In the second point, we were discussing about the changes. Changes could be any. Now here we are talking about new technology. Okay, so yes, continuous improvement also involves staying updated on the what on latest training technologies, and you can say learning methods to improve effectiveness and accessibility of programs. So HR must be proactive in adopting new tools that enhance the learning experience and keep up the modern training techniques. Okay, so yes, training techniques should also be modern. So how it works? Yes, definitely HR continuously monitors advances in learning technologies like virtual reality simulations, augmented reality training, and what artificial intelligence based learning based platforms. Okay, nowadays, yes, AI is helping a lot to train the people. That can make training more engaging and effective. So training methods are regularly evaluated for their effectiveness. If new research or best practices suggest that a different approach, like micro learning is there, gamification is there, blended learning is there, would work better. HR integrate these into the training programs. Now gamification. See, we can use games to train the employees. Okay, and yes, micro learning is also there. So HR also looks for ways to make training more accessible, such as using mobile learning platforms. We all know that yes, people can access things easily with the mobile. Okay, so yes, we can use that platform, or implementing self-paced online modules that employees can access anytime, anywhere. You can provide the login ID, and you can provide certain modules the employees can access anytime. They can check anytime. They can, get self-trained. Fine. So let's have a quick example for this. And okay, let's talk about a manufacturing company. So manufacturing company might integrate what VR simulations, virtual reality simulations into its safety training programs. Okay, and that could allow employees to experience what real world scenarios and practice responses to what hazardous situations in a controlled environment. Now you all know that what is real world scenarios. You might have seen those magic shows where we have been put that magic goggles. Okay, and yes, we can feel whatever is happening. Fine. So that kind of real world scenarios are there. And now why it matters? See, leveraging new technologies and training methodologies keeps programs innovative and engaging. So it enhances what? It enhances learning retention, and ensures training stays up to date with the industry standards, and you can say meets the learning preferences of a diverse workforce. Okay, so this way this matters. Next is data driven decision making. This is also important. See, nowadays data is important for everything. Actually, data is everything. How? Let's understand. So continuous improvement in training is supported by what? Data driven decision making. What is that? HR collects and you can say analyze data on training effectiveness to identify areas for improvement and ensure that resources are being used efficiently. Now, you might be thinking we're talking about this improvement. Yes, this whole session is on continuous improvement, and what we are doing is we are improving by using several factors, okay, several ways. So, how it works? HR uses various metrics and KPIs like we all know key performance indicators are there to evaluate effectiveness of training programs, such as what? Employee performance data, training completion rates, pre and post assessment scores, and behavioral changes observed after training. Okay, so what we can do by analyzing this data, HR can pinpoint errors where training is not delivering the desired results. Okay, whatever results we are getting, see, if we are training and we are not getting the desired results, what's the point in providing training? Okay, so for example, like if employees consistently score poor on a particular module or fail to apply the learned skills in the job, it indicates a need for revision. Like no normal example is there that if a student is there and we are coaching that student, and that student is consistently getting percentage less than 60 or near about 50 or even 70, 80, and they are not improving. we are providing extra training, everything, material, then yes, there is the problem either with the material or the procedure or the process with which this candidate is student is studying, or the anything. Okay, so we need to improve, we need to check what is the problem and we need to improve on that. Okay, so yes, if employees consistently score poorly on a particular module or fail to apply the learned skills on the job, it indicates a need for revision. Fine. Next, data can also highlight which training program leads to best outcomes. Okay, best outcomes. So allowing HR to replicate successful approaches and phase out less effective ones. What are less effective? We will phase it out. Now let's have an example. So if data shows that employees who completed a certain leadership training program exhibit significantly improved team management skills like higher team productivity, lower turnover rates, HR can prioritize that program and expand it to other departments. Okay, now why it matters? Yes, it matters. See, data driven decision making ensures that training programs are continuously optimized based on concrete evidence, okay, leading to more effective and efficient training initiatives. And it helps HR justify the allocation of resources to programs that deliver the best outcomes. Okay, yes, those means we have to allocate resources to those programs which can provide great outputs, which can provide exceptional outputs. Why to allocate the resources to the places, to the programs which which do not result in any outcome? Okay, so that's the point. Next is regular program review and updates. So continuous improvement involve what? Regular program reviews to ensure that training materials, methods and objectives are still relevant. Now see, you have to see each and every factor. See, whether it's technology, whether it's method, whether it's syllabus, whether it's content, whether it's way. So you have to review everything so that you know that yes sir, these things are not out of the market. Fine. Why school, colleges, degrees, syllabuses are upgraded? As per the market, they are upgraded. Okay. So this review process allows HR to keep programs fresh. They are fresh, engaging, and aligned with the latest industry trends and organizational priorities. If you will sound the same every time, okay, you have to do it manually, okay, you have to do it only in this way, then you won't be able to progress. You need to change as per the market. This is what continuous improvement is. Now, how it works: HR conducts periodic reviews of all training and development programs, looking at both the content. Example, are the skills being taught still in demand? And the methodology, example, like are better ways to deliver this training. So, based on these reviews, HR updates the curriculum, replaces the outdated content, and you can say incorporates new case studies, examples, and best practices. Okay, yes, definitely, you have to do it. If the content is outdated, replace it, introduce new things to it. The review cycle might be annual or biannual depending on the organization's needs, but it ensures that the training programs remain relevant and effective over time. Okay, so yes, this could be annual, biannual, but we need to review that they remain relevant and effective. So let's have a quick example. And okay, a company providing software development training might review its programs annually to ensure they reflect the latest programming languages, development tools, and industry best practices. Fine. So why it matters? Why we are talking about this? Why we are talking about reviewing? Why it matters? You know this. Regularly reviewing and updating training programs ensures that employees are learning current skills and best practices, and it also helps maintain engagement as employees are more likely to value training that feels relevant and up to date. Okay, so yes, we all know that it matters. Why? Because yes, we need to review it so that we are up to date. Now last but not the least is creating a learning culture, which is the most important. Why? Because if we are not creating a learning culture, people won't have habit of learning. Okay, and continuous improvement in HRM promotes the development of a learning culture. You have to learn at every stage, whether you are at a managerial position or you are a fresher. So where employees are encouraged to continually develop their skills and knowledge, this culture emphasizes that learning is an ongoing process rather than a one time event. Okay, why examinations are held after a certain semester or a year? You have to continuously learn. Okay, so how it works? So HR fosters a culture of continuous learning by offering regular opportunities for employees to engage in training, such as what kind of training, such as through professional development programs, access to online learning platforms, and self directed learning initiatives. Okay, so employees are encouraged to seek out learning opportunities, set personal development goals, and take responsibility for their growth. Okay, HR also encourages knowledge sharing and among employees, where you can say those with expertise in certain areas mentor or coach others. So let's have a quick example. Let's understand this. A tech company might implement a system where employees have access to a learning portal with the courses on topics such as coding, project management, or soft skills, and they are encouraged to complete at least one course per quarter. This is important, and why it matters. A learning culture fosters continuous development, keeping employees motivated and engaged in their own growth. It helps organizations stay agile, as employees are more likely to adapt, quickly to new challenges and opportunities when they view learning as part of their regular responsibility. So this is important. Why? Because yes, if the employees are motivated and engaged in their own growth, then only they will learn. So we need to actually adopt a culture. We need to maintain that people learn continuously, then only we can grow with time. Otherwise, if people are very rigid, that they don't want to learn anything, they don't want to go with the flow, they don't want to learn the market trends, then yes, they won't be able to learn anything, they won't have growth, and development is very far from them. So yes, let's conclude with this. This is all, and let's conclude this. So continuous improvement in HRM training and development is about making incremental adjustments and refinements to ensure that programs remain effective, relevant, and you can say aligned with organizational goals. This is important. You need to align this with organizational goals. So by gathering feedback, adapting to changing needs, incorporating new technologies, using data driven insights, and regularly reviewing programs and updates, fostering a culture of learning, HR professionals can ensure that training programs evolve to meet both employee and business requirements. Continuous improvement is not only about making training more efficient, but also embedding a mindset of lifelong learning that empowers employees and drives organizational success. Okay, so this was the last. Let's conclude here, and if you have any queries, please do let me know in the comment section. Stay happy, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.